Hello there. Today I'm going to be going over how to build a rocket that can sufficiently get you to the moon and hopefully back. So, in this episode, I'm going to be showing you how to build it, and in the next episode, I'll be showing you how to get to the moon. So, yeah, first I'm going to start with the lander. So, we're going to use a Mark II command pod. If you really wanted to, you could use a smaller design, but honestly, I like the bigger one because it's cooler, I guess. So yeah, with a command pod, you generally want to focus on reliability, not design. So, what I mean by that is, you don't if you want to make it look nice, but it's not going to work if you make it look nice, don't focus on that. Focus more on the, can you get it back to Earth, or will it land properly? So yeah. So we're actually going to be trying something that I've only done once or twice to get to the moon, and that is a sort of Apollo-like design. So what I mean by that is it's going to land on the moon with one stage, and then the other stage is going to lift off. So yeah, see how that goes. So we're going to have a boost, well, a small fuel tank here first, so let's go with this. Now, that actually probably isn't enough, but, yeah, we'll try. Yeah, that's nowhere close to enough, is it? Okay, so we're going to go with a slightly bigger tank, because, honestly, I generally am not the best at landing on the moon. I'm better at landing on Mars for whatever reason. So then we're going to add a decoupler because, actually, can we get a stack one? I like these ones because they're smaller. They just look a little more realistic. Oh, no, they just look a little better. You can use whatever kind you want. So next, we're going to actually build the lander stage, which will consist of another one of these fuel tanks. So, yeah. And another one of the boosters. So, well, this is a very tall lander stage. Or this is a very tall lander in general, I suppose. It's not going to be too bad at getting back to Kerbal, because you have this whole tank for landing, and then you have a whole nother tank for getting back. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because we're going to put drills on it for refueling where are the drills. And the drills will allow us to basically, if we do have to suck fuel out of this, which we will, I'm going to have a, where are they? I'm going to have one of these, we're going to have these. Let's just put two so it looks a little nicer. I know I said focus on reliability, not design, but we're going to have this tank feed into this so that we can, yeah, it'll look better when it's done. But yeah, you should hopefully be getting sort of, why isn't that should connect to this? I don't think it's connected. Worst time to play that music, isn't it? It doesn't want to connect. What's your problem, game? What? So annoying. Why? Why you do this? Okay, we'll focus on that in a couple of minutes, but yeah, we're gonna have drills, and hopefully, well, let's put the landing legs on first. Where are those? Ha! I knew that. So we're gonna use 4 for the simple reason that I don't have to use any more or less than 4. So now if we're lucky, no, that's not the right thing. This is going to be completely stock. If we're lucky, we can use these, which we probably won't be lucky. Nope. We have to use the big ones, which means we can probably only get away with 2. Just for symmetricalness. Yeah, that just balances off the weight so it doesn't like start tipping to one side. Okay, let's bring that one down there. Sorry, I just noticed that staging issue that I probably would have missed. So now we need to find one of the fuel converters, which I believe is these. Hopefully I'm right. If not, sorry, but what's the best way to attach this? Because I don't want to put it up here. If I do, it'll look weird. Well, yeah, shut up. I'm totally ignoring everything that I've just told you right now, but it's mod. So let's put this here, that we can release it, and then we'll take that one off. And we'll put 2 of these parachutes on that. Perfect. Okay. So we don't need ladders if we're on the moon, because the moon has low enough gravities that you can just like fly using your EVA jetpack thing. Please hire me, NASA. Let's retract those now. Okay. Now what? So, this is generally good enough, but you do want power. You don't want to be like the Russians with their not-so-power-y thing. Please don't kill. Suppose that was the Soviets. Either way. Okay. Boom. Now we're going to use the rotate tool just to make those blend in. You don't have to, but I just like doing that because it looks better. Yeah. So, that's generally good enough. Actually, we need a holding tank, small one. Oh god. Please. Yes, that's better. So that's just going to be for storing them while we are on the moon. And yeah, let's make sure that that is empty as well, just to be sure. Okay, so that is our lander stage. If I've forgotten anything, I will add it on in a bit. But for now, let's actually name it 2D Moon. Yeah, being like the second graders. Am I cool yet? No. Okay. So now we're gonna. Now, another thing. As I already put refueling on there, but you want to make sure you have a way to refuel, especially if it's your first time landing on the moon, because you're probably not going to be as efficient as you think you are your first few times landing on the moon. So yeah, after your first or second time, you're much better at it, so I wouldn't worry after that, but you know, make sure you have a way to refuel. So now this is gonna be the stage that will get us, hopefully, assuming that I don't go completely overkill on fuel, this is gonna hopefully be the stage that lands us partially on the moon and locks us in the moon's orbit. I said that backwards, but yeah. We're gonna go with the more powerful engine as opposed to using this one, which is only 650 kilonewtons. So yeah, then we're going to add a decoupler to that, because why not? Then we're going to go into structural, get the bigger thing, and we're going to convert that into I think it's a 3.5 meter, what is it? I don't know. We're going to use these bigger ones. So, we're going to go completely overkill for this booster stage by using 3 of these. I could probably do it in 2. Let's just rotate it so it looks a little nicer. There. It doesn't look that much nicer. Here, I got a better idea. Boom. Let's just leave it like that. So now we're just gonna put this big booster, like more overkill than you need, but you know, why not? And then you could probably do it with this, but you know, since we're going overkill already, we're gonna put some decouplers on to add 2 more or 6 more of these fuel tanks and 2 more boosters. See, yeah, this is completely overkill at this point. But on your first time, if you're not good at landing on the moon, I guess, or maneuvering to the moon, that might be a good thing for you to have. So, there. And then, where are the boosters? There. Let's rotate those. And might as well rotate that one too. Oh, that's annoying. There. 1, 2. That's annoying. Ah. The numbers on the boosters are annoying. I'm not sure why those would be there realistically in real life. But yeah. Now we're just gonna make those the tops of these aerodynamic because that's good. And that makes it more efficient and stuff. Okay, now where we need the structural thing. So first we'll get that, and then we'll go back into aerodynamics and we'll get this. Now, while that does look a little weird, it will make it much more efficient than you just leaving it. Yeah. So now, a thing that I generally will do on these is put some of these external fuel ducts on these. Now, for looks, we're going to put it on both sides. What? I hate them. So we do have to put them a little awkward in in an awkward position. Wow, that was horrible. Speaking abilities demonstrated. So we're gonna put them on all of the tanks, mainly because it looks good. And I haven't really tested to see if it will only transfer from one tank. So yeah. Another thing we're gonna want to do is go into structural and grab some strut connectors to prevent it from basically flying off into the middle of nowhere, which is generally pretty bad, and you don't want that to happen. Because, yeah. Then on this one, we'll kind of make it look a little nicer. Boom. Get it at a similar height to the other one. That's a bit higher, isn't it? Yeah, it's fine. So, that's just going to prevent the boosters from colliding into the main booster stage. Yeah. What else do we need? Oh, we probably should have done that first. Doesn't matter too much, though. So now we're going to get a fairing. You can protect your stuff with it. It doesn't work as good as a gun, but it's very similar in function. So yeah, that is our booster stage. It's way overkill for going to the moon. Ooh, something we need to add. I probably could have thought of that sooner. We're gonna want to add some reaction wheels, because those are good. Now, we have to also reattach these now. And there. So that should be good. Right? Yes. So, that is pretty much it. You could probably round that out. You don't really need to. So now, we're going to focus on the staging. Once again, let me just give you a few tips on this. Focus more on function than efficiency. It's not going to matter if you use more fuel than you have to. Over time, you will get better, so you can make it more efficient, but for your first few times going to the moon, you're going to want to focus more on function, than efficiency. And once again, like I have done here, you may have to go a little overkill for what you need. So even if you think you don't have to, you're probably going to have to. But you don't have to listen to me once again. It's your decision. So let's focus on staging now. So we're going to have our parachutes probably before that booster. Okay, so that's that booster, right? Okay, so this thing is going to separate, yeah, at about the same time. But for the top one, let's just add that one stage above, so that we can throw it off after we've taken off. So then that's going to decouple, good. And then the fairing we're going to manually throw off, so it doesn't really matter. So just throw it up here. This one, okay, that's good. That'll separate those. What? That's like weird staging by the game. Okay, so let's put that there. And since these tanks are fueling into the middle tank, we're going to have those separate first, because that just gives it more fuel. Because these will run out first, I suppose. That's better English. Yeah. Is that it for the staging? I think so. Good. That should be it. So now you should be ready to go to the moon. Check tomorrow's video for the tutorial on how to get to the moon. I will have a link in the description to download this craft file, or the craft file, I suppose, in the description. So, yeah. I do recommend building your spaceship moon to the thing, 2D moon thing, because it'll probably teach you a bit more than just downloading my work, because you're gonna learn how to do it a lot better. Something that actually helped me a lot is when I started playing the game, is you see your center of thrust, you want that to be a lot higher. Well, you don't want your spaceship to be really tall and thin, you want it to be a little wider than you really need it to be. So yeah. Did I enable one of them? Where's the blue one? No, it's down here. What's that? No, aerodynamic. I knew that. So yeah, you want your center of thrust to be as low down as possible, because when it's really high up, that generally makes it want to spin around. So, you know, in my experience, you want it to be as low as possible. While it's not 100% necessary, it's going to make your life a hell of a lot easier. So yeah, thank you for watching. This is the longest outro ever, but thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Yeah, check tomorrow's video for the thing. And yeah. Bye.